Financial independence is like the bedrock to self-security. So when I turned 30 2 years ago, I realized I had spent my entire life learning how to be a nurse, learning how to impute an IV line, learning how to fly a plane. But I actually hadn't attained a level of financial literacy that I ought to have attained at that age. So I wanted to take a course, and I had to use all my savings to do the course. So it was then it dawned on me that I had to be intentional about my financial literacy. So I started to join financial literacy communities. I started to read books that will make me be more knowledgeable about my money. I started to intentionally follow these social media accounts that were giving out valuable information. We have to be sure of the credibility of the information that we are absorbing. So I had so many myths about money that I had to demystify. I used to even think, oh, money is the root of all evil. But I now realize that in the same holy book, he says that God giveth us the power to make wealth. And then the same holy book that said that if you use all of your oil, like a foolish man uses up all the oil they have, and a wise man stores up some for a new day. So I realized that I had so many misconceptions about money that weren't healthy. So I had to be intentional about my knowledge of money management and being a good steward of money. That's when I realized that if you do not tell your money where to go, you lose it in frivolity. So I had to start, drafting out a budget as to my spendings. Where do I want my money to go? What part of my income is going to investments? So for me, that was a turnaround moment for me when I realized that I had income, but I didn't have any investments at that time. So I decided I was going to start upskilling. Oh, what other skills was I going to learn apart from content creation that would help me make more money? And because I had just studied to be a pilot and be a nurse, and then I had a first child. So it was then it dawned on me that, especially with women, we have so many societal expectations that sort of limits us when it comes to building a career and having a stable career. So I had to devise other means to make extra income and also have time to be there in the foundational years of my children. So that was just a turnaround moment for me. So for me, I'd say is have a budget and stick to it. So with me, when I budget, the budget I have for charity is in my actual spending budget. So I'm not planning to be a money martyr. I'm not planning to die because I'm helping everyone. Because at the end of the day, I need to invest in my future. I need to have a pension plan. My spouse shouldn't be my pension plan. Neither should my children. So with women, it's important that we have discernment and we also have foundational knowledge in terms of financial literacy to know what part of our money should go to charity and what part we should make sure that stays in our investments and in our savings. So when someone comes to me for help, I already have an allocated part of my income that goes to that. So I'm not going to touch it because the person needs help. Well, it depends on the gravity, but we should focus on, like Ola said, following our investments, and not pulling out of it because we need to help someone. It's not a wise decision to make. In addition to that, you also need a financial advisor, and that's why we have Blue Blossom Community. They offer all of these services as well. And then there's a saying that gold clings to the hands of the man who invests his money wisely. And there's also another saying that gold flees the hands of a man who puts his money to impossible earnings. So if you're going to invest, be aware of illegitimate financial advice or illegitimate communities that would offer you, some despicable ROI in a couple of days. So you have to be mindful of that. And to break those biases, you just need to educate yourself. Impact in your knowledge of money and to learn better money habits and
have become a good steward of money.